Good day everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tax Training. Our topic for today is about guide in hiring a tax agent. Why is it very timely and very important that you know the guide in hiring a tax agent? Because a tax agent will represent you in all your transactions in the BAR, and if the tax agent will commit mistakes, then the taxpayer is bound by the mistake of its tax agent. So, what are the requirements of the BAR when you hire a tax agent? I have research on the guidelines, which is the Revenue Regulations 4-2010 on the accreditation of tax agents by the BAR. This regulations amends Revenue Regulations number 11-2006 on the accreditation of the practitioners or agents as prerequisite to their practice of representation before the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Okay. So, accredited tax agent and practitioner, they are allowed to represent the taxpayer or to transact business with the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR in representation of taxpayer for purposes of transacting official business with the BIR, such as filing of tax return, okay, financial statements, reports, protest, request for ruling, official correspondence, and other statements, papers, of documents filed on behalf of a taxpayer. So, the obligation of the tax agent is very, very crucial because the obligations of the taxpayer is being performed by the tax agent. Okay, so what are the requirements of the BAR? First, we have to know what are the requirements of the BAR for a person to become a tax agent or a tax practitioner. Of course, the BAR requires that there should be a proof of competence in tax matter of practice. Why? Because the work will revolve around tax matters. So, the BIR requires competency in tax matters. So, there should be a proof of competence. And what is that proof of competence for a tax agent? There should be a certificate of employment or meaningful experience in tax-related work. There should also be a written certification of continuing professional education units from the BIR accredited CPE providers, with complete details on the course, dates, and number of CPE hours taken by the tax agent or practitioner. The BIR shall prescribe guidelines for the accreditation and conduct of training by the CPE providers. For my research, I have here list the following proof of competence for the BIR tax agent or practitioner. For me, a tax agent should be knowledgeable in taxation. And what does that knowledge in taxation includes? The knowledge in taxation should include knowledge on the deadlines on the filing of income tax returns. And there should be also knowledge in the kind of taxes that the taxpayer should pay, knowledge in the documentation or how to prove transactions with the business transactions of the taxpayer, recording of the transaction. Recording means bookkeeping, recording means issuance of receipts, and any other kind of documentation that financial transactions requires, which involve making of transactions in order that the correct taxes can be ascertained and the correct taxes can be paid in the BAR. Also, the tax agent should be knowledgeable in the preparation of reports. Why? Reports are very important because reports communicate the result of the business transactions, and that is very important when you report that to your external stakeholders. Knowledge also in the procedures and processing of the BAR transactions. Why? Because there are some highly technical transactions with the BAR that involves processing, especially the application for tax exemption. This is very technical and with so many requirements. So the tax agent should be knowledgeable on these transactions. And very important, the tax agent should also be updated in the rules and regulations of the BIR. Why? Because the rules of the BIR are very dynamic. It keeps on changing. So if the tax agent is not knowledgeable on the updates, on the current, then the tax agent cannot comply with the current requirements, and that may result to violations, to penalties for the taxpayer. Another competency required is the keeping of records. Why? Because the keeping of records is very crucial. The law mandates that the records of the business transactions of the taxpayer should be kept. Now, it is required that the keeping should be in 10 years. And another, in relation to the keeping of records, is also the archiving of records. So you have to archive your records for 10 years, but in some cases, it should be more, just like payroll. No, payroll, you cannot destroy the records even if it is more than 10 years. And the law, the revenue regulations for DAS 2010 also requires or explain some of the violations committed by a tax agent and practitioner. And what are these violations that can be committed by a tax practitioner? Giving false opinion knowingly, recklessly, or through gross incompetence, including an opinion which is intentionally or recklessly misleading, or a pattern of providing incompetent opinions or questions arising under the tax code. So, giving a false opinion is a gross violations committed by a tax agent. Another are reckless conduct as highly unreasonable omission or misrepresentation involving extreme departure from the standard of ordinary care that a practitioner should observe under the circumstances arising from non-compliance by the taxpayer client with existing provisions of the tax codes, its rules and regulations, including financial accounting standards and tax accounting rules. So financial accounting standards and also tax accounting rules also form part of the rules and regulations that should be followed by the tax agent. Okay, so there are presumption of reckless conduct when there is substantial under-declaration of clients or taxpayer taxable sales. That is very, very crucial. Understatement or undeclaration of taxable sales, receipts, income, or substantial overstatement of the deductions. What is the effect of all this under-declaration or over-declaration of expenses? The effect is the misrepresentation and the income taxes due to the government is not paid correctly. Another in the presumption of reckless conduct is the pattern of conduct is a factor that will be taken into account in determining whether a practitioner acted knowingly, recklessly, or through gross incompetence. So, as a word of caution for the taxpayer, the hiring of a tax agent is very critical, especially in your compliance or in the payment of taxes. So that in hiring our tax agent, the taxpayer should bear in mind that the error committed by the tax agent, the taxpayer is bound by it. There are so many cases filed in court with the BIR involving tax cases due to the fault of the tax agent. So be very careful. Okay, what are the documents that you will be asking from your tax agent if you want to hire some? You have to ask them the certificate of accreditation as tax agent, and that certificate should not have been expired. Why? Because the certificate of accreditation as tax agent expires in 3 years and it should always be renewed. So, as a word of caution, the certificate of accreditation is not expired. So, it is still binding, and that the tax agent is still updated. Why? Because in the renewal of the certificate of accreditation, the tax agent is required to submit a certificate of training, so that the tax agent is updated on whatever tax laws and regulations that have been passed by the BIR. So this is all for today, and I request or humbly urge you to please subscribe to our channel and like and share it to others, so that they will also be guided in this hiring of accredited tax agent.